It says we're live, so I guess I'm curious to how it looks on. Let me see how it looks on. Hold on, I got my other page so I can kind of see how it's looking over here. Oh, it looks good. It looks real good. Shouts out to StreamYard, man. Cause I've been trying so many other ones and they were all choppy. I'll be like, and it'd be all off and shit. So But anyway, well, folks, I guess this is the best MF week ever or month ever. Mr. 2000, and he is
Just roll.
It's going to be awkward the first episode, you know what I'm saying, and everything, because we're like kind of going in this we're going in kind of hot. So, y'all got to bear with us, but we're going to get it right and everything. Why do people feel the need to announce relationships on Facebook? It's like people, it's like people don't, it's like they feel like they have to announce it and all this other stuff, and I guess it's not official until it's your Facebook official. So
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we were supposed to do this about a month ago, but then
it seems more like 2 months actually.
Yeah, because the idea popped in my head. I was like, yeah, we got to do something together. And I know you there in KC. I'm here in Wichita, so it's like, all right. So I was like, maybe once a month. Maybe that'd be dope. Thing, So, but anyway, shoot. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
It's Monday.
Yes, it is very much so.
Yeah, my job Monday is almost guaranteed a busy day, and our systems are going down. So I'm literally sitting here. They wouldn't let us go into like our little PC thing, so we had to call. So it was like, thank you for calling. I ain't gonna tell y'all where I work at. Thank you for calling back.
You better not.
Systems are down right now. Give us a call back in about an hour. I was doing that, playing Candy Crush. This one lady, are you playing Candy Crush?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I am. She was like, well, why aren't you trying to figure out the systems? Because I'm not IT.
Man, my IT sucks on my job. Oh my gosh. Like, I cannot stand if I have to call them.
Yeah. I mean,
they're like no help. It's like, what are you even working for,
They just chill. I know my job, if they can't figure it out, they chilling. Like, I got one of the IT dudes, we buddies. So I hit him up, hey, what's going on, man? You might as well keep back. You might as well keep back, relax. We don't know what's going on. So, man, here you go. But anyway, it's been a very interesting. This year has been interesting, but we can only go back so far, and we're already in the middle of the month. So,
yes,
I was gonna say I was gonna bring up the Kim Burrell stuff, but that kind of I think our plate's full right now.
Oh my gosh.
You know about the Kim Burrell situation, don't you?
No, please fill me in.
All right, forget it. We'll talk about it. So you know who Kim Burrell is?
No. That's why I said fill me in.
Legendary female gospel singer. She not a very good friend to the L to the BG community.
Okay.
Or she's not very friendly to men, period, like especially cheating men. Her husband basically left her for a man. So every chance she gets, she's throwing shade at people. She was on, I guess she was at some type of program or something. She was just saying the foulest stuff.
Okay.
I wish I had it. I wish I had the audio because it was Miss Burrell was going off. Like, there's a clip that Faith Evans had posted on her Instagram page where she was talking about, well, I guess what kind of man she wanted. She was like, he ain't gay, he ain't broke, he ain't childish, he ain't. And people in the crowd was grooving. They was like, yeah, y'all feel that?
Oh my gosh.
And Faith be starting shit. I ain't gonna even lie. Faith Evans be starting shit, and of course the comments flooded. And then it was like, oh, well, she ain't got no neck. And I'm like, damn.
How long ago did this happen?
The video was old. You can tell the video was made like in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Kim was not as heavy as she used to be. She used to be like really Kelly Price, old school Kelly heavy, but now she's like, all right, she's not as heavy as she used to be. So the video was obviously old as hell. Faith Evans being messy posted the shit and basically co-signed the shit, and now she's then that kind of put her on the radar, and then all of a sudden she went out and did this thing. She basically was saying like calling people ugly in the congregation and basically just being bougie as hell. I wish I could find it. I need to.
Oh wow.
She was being bougie. I'm trying to find it. Hold on, let me see if I can locate this real quick. We ain't gonna dwell on it. I want to get your thoughts on it. I think it's on Facebook. Hold on. It gotta be because she was woo.
Choose up.
You hear?
Find you some value.
Yeah.
Sometimes before we get friends, we have to do an interview. How long have you been broke?
How long have you been what? Oh, did she say broke?
How many times have you changed your name on your light bill? How many of your bills in your little cousin's name? Do you live in a trailer home?
Ain't nothing wrong with a trailer home.
Status and material things. It's just about choices. Life is different now. And we are at church. Thank God we're here. Those of us who walk in by faith without a mask and no vaccine. We honor the Lord. God is good. I respect all of the men of God here and respect you. Can y'all clap so I don't feel strange right about now? Hopefully we'll get a chance to meet each other when y'all invite me to come to your church. I'm not as expensive as I seem. And so I don't know. Maybe you got a little left over from your PPP loan.
Oh, so this is the reason she hollering about a PPP loan.
Amen. Isn't the Lord great? Amen. Amen. And so, I like coming here because the ground is already tilled with great personality like Dr. Karn. Because one thing I love about him, he's deep in the word, but he knows how to have great humanity. And most don't understand his personality because he is truth personified. And he tells the type of truth that makes most uncomfortable. Because who likes to be told you're just ugly? No one likes to be told that, especially when they have realized it. All right. Most don't get offended until they know the bad thing about themselves. And then somebody else recognizes and says, oh, I saw the ugly too. I just wanted to let you know. So anyway, y'all get that later. God is great. All of you are beautiful. I haven't chosen anyone to be ugly yet. God is good. God is great. You all look great. Most of you have on hats covering most of that anyway. Here's to you.
Damn.
I have a great personality. I'm going to sing. Daily I shall.
Thoughts?
I must say she really wasn't telling a lie.
Oh, she wasn't lying. And I will say this. We are a conditioned society that doesn't like the truth.
That's true.
No one and I'm not trying to sound sexist, but this is more in y'all territory with females because men, we don't care too much about how we just show up and it's, hey brother, you sharp, that's it. We really show up with the same suit on, same hat, same hoe. Oh bro, okay.
You say same hoe. Is that what you said?
We show up with the same suit, same hat, and we say, hey bro.
Oh gosh.
But we show up, hey, looking good, give each other some dap, you know what I'm saying? And, y'all show up, y'all got the same dress on. Bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because some female, I ain't saying you like that, but she can be petty like that. And I guess, but there's no lie, but at the same time, no one likes that truth. Like she said, people don't like it.
Right. They like stuff sugar coated.
Like sugar coated and tell the truth, how do I look in this dress? Oh, you look great. No, you don't. No, you do not look. But it is what it is. You can't really. I don't know. But anyway, that's something. Whatever. Kim has no chill. We're gonna need you to relax Sister Burrell, we're gonna need you to relax for her, or Minister Burrell, whatever I don't know if she's.
It almost kind of seemed like she was getting her Sister T on. Have you heard of Sister T on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sister T be wild. She doing too much.
But anyway, that was Kim Burrell. I don't know. I didn't hear the hat part. That threw me off a little bit, so them hats do be hiding some ugly.
Man.
Church, you know what I'm saying? And some of them big ass hats and bright dresses, you'd be like, oh, you look so cute. And as soon as they take the hat off, it's dun dun dun.
Some of those people know they be lying up in the church house talking about somebody look cute. I'm just saying.
We should normalize telling people the truth about looks and stuff, because some people be looking crazy, and men too be looking crazy about how they look, like some of these fashion trends and makeup trends and all that type of stuff. I'm the type of person, I'm not really big on females wearing makeup.
Right.
Because my thing, I want to see what you look like, on a normal day. I don't care, maybe she may be on something, but a lot of people are mad. So if you get a chance, go look at some of the comments on some of the videos.
Right.
You lose, and whatever. All right, moving along. Month. One of the things that happened this month was the Verzuz battle.
Oh gosh, here we go.
I'm talking about the Spanish one. I haven't even watched that one. That was the one that happened yesterday. But Omarion.
You said the Spanish one.
Yeah, they did the first Spanish one yesterday.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it was a producer one. It was 2 DJs. I heard it was really popular, but I'd check it out. I just have it, because if they're speaking Spanish, I don't understand what they're saying. So I'm not. No offense, I'm not in a rush to go and listen to that. Plus it's that it's that Miami Cuban Puerto Rican Spanish. So it's like,
oh, okay.
I mean, if it was Mexican, then I probably have a little bit more. I could catch some of the words, but Cubans and Puerto Ricans, they speak that shit fast.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Omarion and Ray J versus situation. I guess we can go in order of performance. Ray J, what's wrong with your boy?
Man, let me tell you, Ray J. Ooh, Ray J. I don't know what is going on with him, but I know most recently I heard that he is wanting to change his name to Tron, like Electron, but just Tron. I don't know if that's a rumor or what, but I heard that last week.
Tron.
And yeah, Tron. This is after he got that tattoo of his sister Brandy on his leg, which I'm still just like, what in the world? Like, that tattoo is just
hot mess. That is like the worst.
I can't believe he actually did that, because I'm telling you right now, if that was my brother, oh man, we going at it. We are going at it. Like, seriously.
I can see if he got like Brandy, best friend, written like her name written out and put like my best friend. That would have been cool, So they're really close.
He had best friend on the forehead. Okay, the eyes were bloodshot. That was the other thing I was just kind of like disgusted by, And there's literally people saying that he's going to sacrifice Brandy, is what people are saying.
Brandy was not having it, because she was like, she was not feeling that at all. You can see, like comments where people were saying, "Oh, Brandy was like real upset and everything," because she was embarrassed. If you saw at the what you call it,
the Verzuz, yeah,
he was just not digging it at all. She was like, you could tell she was just looking like, man.
I felt like she tried to support, but it was hard for her to actually support the foolery that was going on, because that's basically what it was pure foolery. I feel like the only people that really did anything, what's his name? Bobby Valentino. I feel like he really actually tried. But I think the other problem was that they hadn't performed in so long, probably some of them. No practice, no nothing on like a regular basis, because they kind of been out of the loop here over the last 2 years now. So I don't think none of them were really prepared.
I know, that's wow. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I was more embarrassed because Ray J. I'm not gonna lie. I've always liked Ray J. I've never had an issue with him singing, acting. I never said he was the best singer in the world. I never said he was, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, like his first 2 albums, 2.5 albums. I didn't like the I Wish album. I thought that was kind of corny. But definitely his first 2 albums, my shit. Who in the hell keeps messaging me? Ashley. Like she will sit. My friend Ashley will sit there and send me all types of messages and stuff, and then get mad when oh Lord, they canceled Sesame Street. I'm sick of the world, man. But anyway, so yeah, Ray J, he did One Wish, and he was begging to do that. He was like, "Come on, let me do my song," and he was. And
wasn't it Sammy or someone that took over his song or something?
Because all 3 of them were, like, I guess somebody was singing backgrounds for him, which, in all fairness, that's what verses kind of is. Some of them R&B verses, like they'll be singing in like whoever's they're going against, they'll sing their backgrounds for them. Like
right.
Mary and BB and CeCe Winans one, they were singing backgrounds for each other. I think Monica and Brandy they did a little bit, things like that. So, but this one, I think they kind of went too far, especially when they all 3 of them started harmonizing.
Right.
I don't understand what that little pre-verses was all about anyway.
That was terrible. Okay, that's what it was. Terrible.
They just had some niggas come out and just say, "All right, y'all just do whatever the hell y'all want to do." 30 minutes. And so that's
pretty much what it was. But I don't know, like when I was watching it, the funnest part to me was actually the chat. That was the funnest part because I don't know if you were in it, but I was most definitely in there. And
which one was you on the Instagram?
Yeah.
First of all, you need to go ahead and subscribe to Fight. It's $2.99 a month. It's well worth it. Versus looks way better on Fight. You can watch it on your TV.
Oh.
See, everybody got mad when they introduced the Fight format because they were like, "Oh my God!" And so I'm not paying for that. I'm like, yeah, I mean, because it's much more than verses. They got like MMA, wrestling, other music.
Oh, okay.
They got concerts on there, and it's like $3 a month. I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying?
But you know what though? That same night there was also something wrong with the audio though too, because I kid you not, I literally had to watch from my cell phone, and when it came to my laptop or whatever, I could hear like the audio, but I couldn't see nothing, and it was just kind of like, what's up with that?
Probably because they don't care about the Instagram feed no more. I wouldn't. Like, that's free. Y'all get what y'all get. We're going to set up this computer mic, and we're going to give y'all one camera angle, and that's it. Now, you watch it on Fight, you're getting all the angles. You get HD quality sound and all that shit. So, but I didn't really I wasn't even going to watch the shit because,
Why?
Omarion, well, first of all, I'm not really a Omarion fan like that. I'm not a B2K fan. I think they got like
look. I ain't no B2K fan, but I am a Mario fan though. Yes,
I wasn't a Mario fan. I am now. I didn't know.
Are you serious?
I didn't know.
You didn't like him back like when he first came out, braid my hair, nothing like that. I mean, dang.
I hated him. I didn't know what songs he sung because some of those songs he sung, I'm like, he sings that? Oh shit! Let me go back and listen to this dude's catalog. I didn't know. I had no idea that he sung.
Man, yes, Mario can sing. I think he's been underrated, but now since his verses, I think people are definitely going to start paying more attention to him.
Right, definitely. I totally agree. Mario, I mean, for real, because he was, that boy was something. Omarion, Jesus Christ. And he's still blaming everything, but the fact that he was just off that night. He said that his recent interview he said he felt like Mario and his team sabotages his audio and they were doing
he just wasn't prepared, just like most of those other people that were there on that stage. Come on now, that's what that was.
He was doing way too much on that stage, and
the daggone watermelon. Who brings a watermelon out onto the stage? Like, come on.
I was like, jumping on the stage and not hitting no notes. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Try some of everything. It was not working at all.
I don't know who was worse, him or Ray J. Like, for real. I think Ray J, he didn't hit the notes, and the fact that he got an endorsement deal from Ramen Noodles like that same weekend, that's cool.
That was crazy.
So Ray J's a hustler. I'll give him that. Ray J didn't take it too bad. he knows how to laugh at himself. So I'm with
Yes,
that.
he does.
Ray J, he knows how to laugh at himself. He knows how to just roll with the punches or whatever. Omarion, he was just blaming everybody. All of a sudden, I got this B2K documentary coming out. You're gonna know the truth. And I'm like, bro, you're trash. Just let it go, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh gosh.
I don't care. No, I don't think nobody cares about what's going on with B2K, y'all, or B2K.
But no, I think they do though, actually.
Ooh,
now,
who cares?
Just their fans care, okay? The people that literally watched them as they were coming up, those are the people that really care about B2K. Come on now, like, let's be honest. If you're, say, like 40 and up, you're not really caring like that about no B2K. But if you're like in your 30s, yeah, you're probably watching B2K. Come on now.
I just can't. Oh man, I'm not really. I'm sorry. I got like 2 songs I like. That's it.
But look though, have you seen Little Fizz? Did you know that he made a diss song in reference to Omarion, talking about he took Omarion's girl and basically telling him to keep his name out of his mouth or whatever? Have you seen that?
I don't think I care.
It's out there.
Because I don't want to hear them rapping and singing about diss songs. I just don't. And there's no disrespect to them. It's just I don't know. I never, because here's the thing. When I was a kid, I was an Immature fan, and I just look at them as a knockoff Immature. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, and it wasn't even that great. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least those 3 dudes. You know what I'm saying? They did their thing. You know, it's like they knew their position. Everybody knew Marcus Houston was the lead singer, and the one dude was the rapper, and the other guy was just kind of there. You know, so everybody.
Well, we still don't know what that dude's name is, okay?
That's his name. So it's like everybody knew their position. Everybody knew what they were supposed to do, and then all of a sudden, now B2K comes, and B2K got too much drama going on. Raz B got the whole sexual assault thing with Chris Stokes. That's lingering.
Yeah.
Paying attention to that shit.
And now Omarion's brother and his pictures here recently. Have you heard about that?
OnlyFans isn't special no more. During the pandemic, it was special. Now it's like it's kind of a cop out. You know what I'm saying? And I've always said this. I remember when BET Uncut was popular.
Oh Lord!
Because it was kind of like it was secret. It was like you ever like
how was it? How was it secret? All they did was bring it on at midnight.
2 a.m. Get it right. 2 a.m.
Oh, excuse me, 2 a.m.
You know what I'm saying? But no, what I mean, it's kind of like you ever like find something and it's just like kind of like your little secret thing. You in your mind, it's your secret thing, and you're like, okay, cool. This is where I can go, and because it was a guilty pleasure listening to that trash music.
Oh gosh,
for real, like you listen to Time for Freaking.
Does that even still come on? Does that come on still? No. Oh, okay. Because I don't be keeping up with BET these days.
Nelly ruined it.
You said Nelly ruined it. What?
Nelly did tip drill, and every black sorority didn't like it, so they protested it.
Oh gosh.
BET, they decided to take Uncut off the air, and plus Uncut was it was getting to the point where people, like a lot of industry cats, was basically making songs that were just meant for Uncut, but it was like high production value. 50 Cent had the song on there. Jadakiss had a song. It was just so many industry artists that started making these underground ass videos that, it was high value. It wasn't cool no more. It just wasn't. Now, back in the day when it was like DJ, what's his name? Fresh Kid Ice and the Team Uncut and all them Joker and Delmons, man, them cats. But anyway, how the hell did we get on BET? Okay.
You took it there.
No, but I was talking about OnlyFans. OnlyFans was cool like during the pandemic, and all of a sudden, all these celebrities started doing OnlyFans, and now you got these subpar celebrities. Marion's brother, I didn't even know who that nigga is.
Man, I don't think I've ever even seen him. If I did, it was a long, long, long time ago.
He has his hair like Omarion. I'm like, just like his doppelganger or something. But that shit was I mean, because they were like, "Oh, he has OnlyFans." I'm like, "So, first of all, I'm a boy, Damon, and I'm just why? Who would want to see that?
Right.
Pay money to see that. I don't understand who would pay. Now, if it was Omarion, I can understand y'all running swipe y'all debit cards and go ahead and make that happen. But
somebody paying for it. Trust me, somebody's paying for it. But the crazy part is you got Kwame Brown actually, supposedly he has an OnlyFans. I don't know how true that is, but they were talking about that the other week on YouTube.
Kwame Brown.
Mm-hmm. Ex-basketball player.
Oh, the one that be crying all the time?
You say he be crying a lot.
That dude be crying.
I don't think he's crying all the time, no.
He always, and he brought that crazy ass woman on his show. The lady. Yeah, the light skinned lady that, she's like super homophobic.
Oh, I must have missed her. I know that ain't Sister T, because Sister T, whew.
Nah, it was a light skinned woman. I think she's in Atlanta, and I think her son transitioned, and she was like, I don't care. He's still my son. And then she was all on was it Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil was trying to get her together. And,
oh, really?
And at first, it was interesting. But then she started screaming that Trump shit, and I was like, "Oh, see, you lost me."
Oh, Lord,
you lost me on the Trump shit. I'm not about to do this with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. But
right.
But Kwame Brown. How did we get on him? Damn, girl.
Because OnlyFans, and I was talking about how he's supposed to have OnlyFans. Yeah.
Why would he need an OnlyFans though?
Because YouTube, and there's certain people on YouTube that have been messing with him on his YouTube page. So there was a while there he couldn't go live.
Oh, you know what? I just thought about something. I was wrong for that, because OnlyFans isn't really meant as adult content. I mean, it does that. They support it, but you can have an OnlyFans. Hell, we could do an OnlyFans for this show and have exclusive content on there, and people will pay for the exclusive shit. So really, that's all it is. Actually, Instagram's going to do that too. So I'm looking forward to that. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. I need to get on and make our little Instagram page too. But yeah, so yeah, no one cares about Marion's brother having OnlyFans, whatever. He want to do jump. They said he was doing jumping jacks naked, like
ridiculous.
But anyway, so big up to AJ for at least finding some humility in this and selling some Raycon earbuds and getting an endorsement deal with Top Ramen.
Hey, Ray J's doing his thing. That's all I got to say about that. We might look up. He might very well be like the next Nick Cannon, money wise. Who knows?
One thing you can't say about Ray J is he's broke. So you know what I'm saying?
Look, okay.
So, but anyway, moving forward, you might have to take the lead on this one. Wendy Williams, you brought that up. I don't know why.
Well, I don't want to touch on it too much, but it's really only because of the fact that I feel like Wendy's like really going through something right now, and has been for some time now, and she needs the right people around her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think she needs to just go away for a little bit. I mean, not like in a bad way. I just think she needs to take some time off and not, really, and not really put herself out there, because I mean, Wendy Williams, she's still one of my favorite radio jocks of all time. One of my favorite black radio jocks of all time. I still feel like though, like you said, she has a lot of people around her that don't have her best interest at heart at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, even more so than her husband. You know what I'm saying? Her ex-husband. At least with him around, she was kind of sane.
Yeah.
Now it's like he's gone, and now you got people around you. And I listen to a lot of celebrity blogs. I listen to them, but I don't pay attention to them at the same time. A lot of shit be hearsay, but I'm hearing that people like running in and out of her house, and that type.
They probably were running in and out of her house. I mean, it's just a disrespect, though, for me, especially when someone's battling through something like that. I mean, she's in a very vulnerable state right now, where anyone could definitely take advantage of her. Just kind of sweep in. So, I mean, if it's not, say, like her son, like looking after her or attempting to look after her, Who does she really have? Because I mean, really, you can't even trust management in most times, you know?
Right.
I mean, kind of like who does she who can she really depend on?
I don't know, man. How do you feel about the Wendy Williams show, or at least the production people taking away all her access and deleting all her videos off of YouTube and stuff?
I feel like that was wrong. That was wrong because she has been around for so long. I mean, you're talking about someone like I don't know how old you are, but we've been watching Wendy since we were kids.
You've been watching her since you was kids.
No, I mean Wendy's been around a very, very long time. I mean,
I used to listen to her, not her podcast. I used to listen to her show way back when. I had a friend that used to send me like mixtapes all the time.
Right.
It always had her shows on there, so I would listen to her shit all the time. Wendy is dope. Honestly, I would love to see her go back to radio. I think that would be dope for her to go back to radio and get a radio show. But at the same time, I just think she needs to she needs to do a Dave Chappelle. She's just vanished from the scene.
Oh, okay. So that's what you mean, like really actually go away for a while, basically.
I don't want to see them. I just think she needs to get her head together, maybe go through some counseling and and just come back stronger. Maybe gain some weight because her legs. She doesn't look. I'm sorry. I'm just being 100. Wendy, because Wendy, I posted a picture about 2 months ago of
right.
Wendy was fine.
How long ago was that?
I want to say this was like early 2000s.
Well, yeah, back then, yeah, but I mean, like with over like the last 2 years now.
It was like ever since she fainted on the show, that's when it's been down here ever since. But like I said, I feel like like you said, well, we both said it. Somebody is definitely in her ear. I don't like it. It just seems weird. It's almost like a Brittney Spears type situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, so, that's exactly what she's going through. Most definitely.
It feels like somebody's really like pulling the strings and trying to, make. I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. And like even I think her ex-husband even spoke about it and said some crazy like what's going on. So I don't know, man. I guess we prayers for Wendy and everything. So, but
right.
She's starting a podcast.
That's what is being said, but with her state of mind and just everything that's going on, it's kind of like, is it really going to happen? But me personally, I would love to see Wendy do her own podcast and, hopefully have the right people around her to support her. But it's just a matter, is it going to happen?
I think it's called the Williams experience or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be called. Yeah.
I mean, I hope she wins because I just, because you see stuff like this with celebrities where it goes downhill, and I just don't want nothing bad to happen to her.
Right.
And like that's, I talk my shit, but nobody wants anything bad to happen to anyone like that. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely, to me, she's definitely an icon out here. She's had a couple of episodes I like. I'm tuning in on a couple of the Wendy Williams show episodes. She does her thing. I mean, she goes a little too far sometimes, but she's always been like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, I feel like maybe it's just one of those situations where, we just gotta. Hopefully, she wakes up and realizes that she just needs to just chill. Just go away for a little bit and just go to an island or something. You know what I'm saying? Like go to Africa like Dave Chappelle did. Find yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Take the lace front off. Let your shit grow natural for a little bit.
Ooh, stop. Now we've been knowing darn well she's been wearing the lace front forever.
Ever. I think she probably the pioneer of that shit. Let me show you something real quick. Back in like the early 90s, let me show you this real quick. And she's like, well, I like this. And shit, you can't even tell. So definitely prayers to Wendy.
Yes.
It all gets better.
I hope so.
I was shocked that you said Monique versus DL on the docket.
Why you say that?
Because that's like died down a lot. You know what I'm saying?
It has died down a lot, but I know back during that time you had like a whole lot to say in comparison to me. I mean, I hadn't followed through everything as far as that goes. But I had my little something to say too as far as that win or whatever. But
she lost support from me at least when she started talking about the man's family. You know what I'm saying? And because business wise, at first I was kind of like, my whole thing when it first happened was like not Wendy, but Monique, you should have just did that shit off camera. You should have went, hell, just refused to go on because there was only 2 comedians that went on, her and DL. The rest of them just like, I think this is random people, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I thought it was just like 2 hosts. Then there was the 2 comedians. She could have just refused to go on. You know what I'm saying? But then again, a lot of comedians kind of weighed in on it and they were like, I wouldn't have cared. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have cared on first to last. You know what I mean? Because these are 2 icons. This isn't
right.
Like, somebody from Wichita and Cat Williams, you know what I'm saying? Somebody from Wichita saying, I want to go last. You know what I'm saying? No, this is like 2 cats and like a lot of stuff came out, like the Queens of Comedy. She said she was the closer of the Queens of Comedy. Yeah, the movie, but I mean, anybody who's really paid attention to that shit knows that she wasn't the closer the whole time. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't even the funniest on the Queens of Comedy. You know what I mean? That honor goes to Samora. Samora should have closed that show, but
yeah.
Monique, at the time, Monique was the bigger star. You kind of understand the politics on it. But, if you look at the lineup on Queens of Comedy compared to the lineup of the Kings of Comedy, Monique was no Bernie Mac. She's never will be Bernie Mac. For real, because Bernie Mac shut that shit down. Like when Bernie Mac get on stage, you like shit.
I miss Bernie.
I do too. I really do. But then she started talking about man's wife and I think she said something about the daughter. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did. She did. Yep.
Brought up the daughter's sexual trauma and people. I think that's when she started losing her fans because everybody like, why would you bring that up? You know what I'm saying? Because he was on Sway in the morning and he basically brought it up, but it was in a way of him taking accountability for what was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, hey, I fucked up, and then Monique tried to turn it into something that wasn't, making it seem like DL just let some grown ass man come and do it and have his way with his daughter when it was just another teenager like his daughter at the time when it happened. You know what I'm saying? Now like that, I mean that's not okay, but that changes things. So there's a huge difference between 2 teenagers doing some shit versus, I mean, what was he going to do? Because his daughter didn't tell him until years later. What was he going to do? This is
right.
What he going to do? Go up to the 18, 19-year-old and beat his ass? You know what I'm saying? They probably done moved on since then. The girl then probably, probably gave the nigga some at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, we don't know that.
We don't know what happened since then. We don't know what he did. He probably did go and check the nigga. You don't know. Everything is not meant for social media. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've been in plenty of situations without having to log in and put that shit on camera. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some things ain't nobody's business. Like, just think if the Will Smith shit happened backstage, none of us would have knew.
Someone probably still would have had a phone out, though, especially these days. I mean,
yeah, I feel you, but I'm just saying, like, if Will would have been like, "Hey, come in the dressing room, let me holler at you real quick."
But you know what, though? I don't know if you had seen his TikTok. He hasn't made a post since that day it happened.
Would you? Would you have made a post? I wouldn't have said shit.
Well, that show said something, then he went and disappeared.
Because he knew he was wrong. I mean, I guess we can kind of add that to the doctor too. But he knew he was wrong because there's a certain point in life, I mean, there's a certain level of maturity. I can see if he was if Chris Rock was on stage talking about, Jada, you bald head bitch, and going in on her or something like that. But he just told her, look, I haven't really watched the Oscars lately like that because I woke up and realized how Oscars so white. But anyway, the Oscars is brutal. When they're up there telling them jokes, people pay to be up front at the Oscars so they can get roasted.
Right.
They will wear the loudest dresses. Women wear the loudest dresses. Men will come up there and just be up there just so they can get roasted. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? And Chris Rock is the king of that shit.
Yes, he is.
He will tear your ass up every single time.
Because how long has he actually been hosting for the Oscars now?
I think that was his...
It's been some time now.
He didn't even host it. He would just tell some jokes. He was just telling
Look,
most award shows they do that. I don't think they do it on the BET Awards.
my
But
thing is this though. Do you honestly feel like he knew she had alopecia? Be honest.
I didn't know she had alopecia.
I didn't either. I didn't either. So that was one of my whole things right there because it was kind of like, okay, well, who's to say whether or not this man actually knew you had alopecia?
Right, you know
We
what I'm saying?
can't detect that. There's a lot of people that didn't know that she had alopecia.
And I think the whole thing with her, like, because when he told the joke, Will laughed. Everyone saw
He sure did.
And then the camera cut, and Will got up and walked and slapped him.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, like, people, like, really, like, questioning this because to me, like, that could have went left quick because what if Chris had some security back there that would have whooped Will's ass?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But but here's the crazy part though. What about that part where someone said that it was like a scene from like a movie scene? I forgot what the name of the movie is, but someone was trying to say that was what Will Smith was doing or whatever. Have you seen that? Do you know what I'm talking about? Because that was on YouTube though too, and I was just like, "What? Well, like that's from a scene of a movie? What?"
If this was a skit, then they need to go ahead and come and say something. They need to go ahead and say, "Look, we were just playing. This we were just bullshit, y'all. We were just bullshit. My bad. You know what I'm saying? They need to like for real because like people are like really upset with Will Smith right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not so much anymore though. I mean, honestly,
yeah, because it's calmed down a lot. Definitely,
it's definitely calmed down a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think people are just like kind of like, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Are you coming back? Because Martin Lawrence just recently announced that they're still doing Bad Boys 4.
Oh, wait a minute. So they are going to do it.
Yeah, they're going to do Bad Boys 4. And I guess that's going to be like the new that's going through. Because, I thought that. I'm like, he just slapped him. He can't go to the Oscars for 10 years. Whoop-de-doo. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He can put that, if I was Will Smith and they kicked me off the Oscars for 10 years, I would contact BET.
But hold up, though. Is that actually something that is still standing, though? Like, is he actually,
he can't go to Oscars. He can't go to Oscars. He can't be a part of the voting committee for the Oscars. He can't.
Dang, so he gonna be like 60 years old.
Yeah, but see, that's what I said. Here's what I would do. If the Oscars is acting like that, so be it. Mm-hmm. I go to BET and look, I can't go to the Oscars for 10 years. Let's make this shit funny. I want to help y'all out. So
right.
BET Awards, let me be a part of it. I don't have to host it. Y'all can have me behind the scenes. Y'all can have me do whatever y'all want to do. I got y'all. I'll be there, blah, blah, blah. And they ain't going to pass that up. Will Smith is still an A-list celebrity, y'all.
Yeah, regardless. Yep.
Still an A-list celebrity. And granted, now, I will say this because he hit another black man. Chris Rock, especially. Mm-hmm. I personally don't think that was cool for him to put his hands on him, and there should be some reprimand. And I would have rather Chris Rock whooped his ass, personally.
But wasn't there supposed to be a lawsuit or something?
I don't think Chris Rock's going to. Because right now,
maybe that was a rumor, possibly.
Chris Rock is winning right now because as soon as that shit happened, his tickets for his comedy show, he sold out. He sold out he's doing like 3 shows a night, or 3 shows a week, or some shit like that, or something. I know Atlanta, he's doing his 3rd show right now in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. He's popping right now. And I know he's getting his material together, and his next comedy special is going to be butter. So he's going to bring that butter. He's going to make mad money off of that shit. And like, I mean, to me, it's just crazy. Will Smith, like I said, Will Smith would have just been cool and went backstage, pulled him in one of them dressing rooms. Let me holler at you for a second. And then slapped the shit out that nigga in the damn dressing room, and nobody was saw it. There's just something as a man, sometimes things just don't need to be like, because when men handle men business, we don't need to be out. Everything doesn't have to be in public.
Right.
And like disrespect my wife, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if I'm cool with you.
They should have handled that man to man, especially for as long as they've known each other and have been around each other, even off the scene of Hollywood or whatever. It definitely should have been handled differently than what it
Should have been
was.
handled way differently. And how the hell did we stick to this? Monique and DL. Same thing with Monique and DL. They should have been. I know it's a man and a woman, but Monique really wrote this like she was being victimized, and she just made herself look bad, really bad, like super bad. And I think once people started really kind of throwing it out there, like Monique, you're wrong. She ended up shutting up. Then again, she did win that lawsuit with Netflix.
Yes.
So, now she ain't broke no more, so
she sure ain't.
Ain't no reason to talk no more. We got money to spend now.
Look, that's why I said she just need to keep it cordial, people, and move on. Like seriously, if she has a comedy show, Monique, get on stage, do your comedy, go home. That's all she need to do. Stay off of social media.
Like she did apologize to the girl.
Yes, she did. But she needs to. But you know what though, sometimes when you go after people like that, you know, it's just something that could eat you up. You know, like when you're like sitting like by yourself or whatever, it might just very well eat you up because it's a point in time where you're like really thinking about what it is that you did and said, you know. So I think she kind of had time to actually kind of think about it though too as well.
Wow, I just like this shit's crazy. It's just, but yeah, she got that money now. I mean, I didn't shut up too. I just real like I'll be like, man, be mad as hell. Man, I can't believe that happened to me. And we gonna give you $3.5 million.
Man,
let me turn this camera off. You know, go ahead and wire it, cash app it to me. I'm about to get on Amazon right now. I got a bunch of shit. I need to go ahead and clear out my shopping cart real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got some unnecessary bullshit to buy. For real, but yeah, I just think Monique. Hopefully, Monique can get it right. You know what I'm saying, and everything. Hopefully, you know, because you know she's supposed to be on Power, any Power or something, or BMF.
Oh, I don't know.
She's doing something with 50. I don't know if it's Power or BMF, but she.
Oh.
Yeah, so 50. Even you know how petty 50 is.
He's super petty,
and even he wanted to shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't, because she was just digging a hole deeper and deeper and deeper.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, yo, shut.
But do you think that 50 was actually in her ear though, as far as how she was communicating with DL, or no?
I think he was. I think he was just like, hey, let it go. It ain't even worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was cussing her out, but you know what I'm saying? Because because at the end of the day, this is business, and
yeah,
it's something where she's making everybody look bad, and they ain't gonna. I don't think they're gonna want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wouldn't want to do it either. I'd be like, man, I'm cool. You know, let's just, you know, I'm cool. I'm cool on you, man. I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? So
I think it's pretty interesting though how her and 50 actually end up connecting with each other though, because between her mouth and his pettiness,
right, man. I just hope it worked because man, 50 will expose the hell out of her. You know what I'm saying?
He most definitely will. Yes.
50 will have no problem exposing the hell out of her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And won't have no problem with suing her neither if he had to.
Wow, everything. So
yep.
Yeah, that's crazy, but yeah, shit's hitting the fan. But then you said you want to talk about Michael B. Jordan. Is this about the whole situation with him and old girl?
Of course. Man, let me tell you something. I think Lori is a fool. She foolish. She is foolish. That's just my personal opinion, okay?
I am always on social media talking about contradictions and double standards. This has to be one of the biggest examples of double standards because you hear women all the time saying, oh my God, I just want a guy who's going to love me and, you know, he's going to be there for me and blah, blah, blah. And then she got this dude who literally bought a house. He got a house. The nigga didn't even have a house. He bought a house so they can spend time together. And I guess that was too boring for her. And a lot of women supported the hell out of that. They're like, yeah, live your life, girl. Live your life. Live your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, really? This is what we're doing? Like, y'all, this dude literally, he's like, and for what I know, he seems like a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
And he seemed like he was being a gentleman, but he hasn't even said anything about it. He ain't said nothing about her.
You know, it's so interesting to me because honestly, I really did not know about Michael B. Jordan until like the Wakanda movie came out or whatever. And then when I was in the hospital back in December, 15 days laying up in a hospital bed.
It felt longer.
Huh?
It felt like you was in the hospital for like 3 months. Cause you was just gone. It's like one day you was here and then you was just gone. And I'm like, and I was freaking out because I'm like, damn, where's girl at?
I think a lot of people were freaking out because I know people were worried. And look, I was knocked out the first 2 days in ICU, like literally, like
So
I didn't know nothing till I woke up.
Was they coming in there with the hazmat suits and shit on?
No.
Because when it first happened, people were wearing hazmat suits and shit, and they wouldn't let people talk to nobody. Everybody was communicating on the phone.
I only had, out of everyone that I recall in the hospital, there was only one person that had like a I don't know what you call it, but it was just something that he had like over his head, and it was putting like air into like the mask thing that he was wearing. I don't know what it was called, but he was about the only one that had any form of a hazmat anything on him. Everybody else had a mask on or whatever. But when I was in,
Because December, it was around the time where everybody was like, man, everybody was kind of over COVID. So like, I wear this mask.
I think personally, I feel like it was crazy how I was laying up in the hospital for 15 freaking days. And by the end of December, things were starting to calm down as far as the whole C-19 thing went or whatever. And then it started picking back up. It's just kind of like, are you freaking serious? Because the way that it hit me, I kid you not, I was literally feeling fine, but I didn't catch on the fact that I wasn't drinking coffee and I really wasn't eating. And I don't know why I wasn't catching on to that, but I just didn't, but even when I went down to Texas and I came back up right before Thanksgiving, I was feeling fine. So for the fact that it hit me that first week of December, I was just like, what do you mean you taking me to the hospital?
That's where you messed up. You went to Texas.
They think that's where I got it from, was Texas.
Because Texas, I remember, because I was driving trucks around the time Texas opened up. When Texas opened up, it was so much traffic. There's already traffic going to Wichita to Texas.
Yes.
Even from Kansas City, there's a lot of traffic. But when Texas opened up, I'm talking about it was back to back.
Oh, believe me, even when I was down there, because I was down there technically like the first week of November, I was down there because I left on October 31st from here. Drove the 8 hours, even though I stopped at Oklahoma City, of course.
Right.
Because I didn't stop in Wichita. I stopped at Oklahoma City and then I drove on to the Dallas area, whatever. But there was so much traffic really between the time that I left Oklahoma City and got to Texas. There was literally traffic. And by the time I hit that border right there, what is that, 670, whatever that highway is, and I can't really remember right now, but there was so much traffic. There was literally a whole accident.
Yeah.
And man, like, I couldn't go no freaking where. As a matter of fact, there was so much freaking traffic. You know how, like, you got the President George Bush tollway, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. Look, if I was down there the beginning of November, I did not get anything from them until, February, I believe. So you mean to tell me it took them all that time to find my car and just search my license plate? Because I know my license plate, a lot of people confuse the O for the number 0 on my license plate or whatever. And I think that was probably part of the problem or whatever, why they couldn't send me my my toll fee or whatever. So
you got sick in Texas?
No, that's where they think, for the fact that I had COVID pneumonia, they feel like that's where I actually got it from. But the other thing is, though, is that also in the month of October, like the middle of October, I had traveled to my parents' hometown for my grandma's funeral.
Mhm.
So you got to think, I went from Kansas City to Southern Illinois. A couple of weeks later, I'm sitting there and I'm in the Dallas area, and then travel back up here. And then the beginning of November, loss of oxygen.
Nobody was like, sit your ass down.
Look, and it definitely made me sit down for sure. Even though I was trying to fight it,
Oh man, but we glad you here with us and everything. So
I'm a warrior.
Right. For real,
Yes, man. I'm a warrior, baby.
Like
Man,
I didn't know you had it. Then like I think I just happened to go on your page. I think you had commented on it a little bit. Then you just stopped commenting.
Mm-hmm.
One of my cousins. I just met one of my cousins. You know what I'm saying? And she was in Ohio, and you know me and her she used to always be on my page talking shit too. And then like one day she just stopped, and I didn't know what was going on. And because I got so many friends on Facebook, you know, and we were planning to see each other. Mm-hmm. And one day I was like, "Where the hell is Sharon at?" So you know, I'll be like, you know, I'll just sit there on Facebook looking at shit, and I'll just think, let me see what it, because I'm thinking maybe she unfriended me or some shit. And no.
Oh wow.
She just died. I didn't know she died. And like I actually got a hold of her daughter. I was like, when did this happen? She was like, she's like, it happened. Like, it was like maybe a month before I realized she was missing. And then
wow.
What happened? She's like, COVID. You know, one day she was sick. But with her, it happened. Well, she had like asthma and some other shit. And I guess she was refusing to go to the hospital. So,
but you know what though? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, that was scary as freaking heck. And the crazy part about it though is that they basically that was my first experience in an ambulance for one.
Oh, you had to roll the ambulance? Oh shit. Damn.
They wouldn't let me drive. They said no, they said because you're losing oxygen. So the ambulance was there so quick it wasn't even freaking funny. Like, it was like less than 2 minutes. Because if you know where State Line Road is right there, and then you know, State Line Road could be pretty busy, whatever, but they were there within like 2 freaking minutes. They put the oxygen on me. They told me that my oxygen was within the 70s, basically. So that was one of the reasons why they didn't want me driving, even though the hospital was like 15 minutes away. They didn't, not even 15 minutes away. It's more like, what? Probably more so like 8 to 10 minutes away, depending on traffic or whatever. But they didn't want me driving. So they got me on oxygen, got me in the ambulance or whatever, took me to the very last room in the ER. Okay. They were very nice to me. I will say that much. They were very nice to me, you know, and communicating with me and everything. But it was just so crazy how everything happened. Like, it literally was. And they had me in the ER for like a day and a half. Then they tried to put me into a room, and I was only in the room for like a day. However that went, I can't really remember everything. But before I knew it, I landed back in the ER. And then all of a sudden, I'm in ICU. And they were just like, okay, we're going to have to take you from the ER. And this is the second time I was in the ER. It was like, we're going to take you from the ER to ICU. I was like, okay, like, what's going on? You know, because for one, I'm not really eating. Okay, because like I really couldn't eat, you know. Right. They were like, you're still having an issue with your breathing, and my chest was pumping so hard, but I didn't understand that there was something going on with my lungs at the time or whatever. So that's where the lung situation came in at. And when I was in ICU, they actually had to stick a tube down my throat. That was the other thing I didn't know, because I didn't know about that until right before I had gotten up at the hospital, and that was when they told me they had to stick a tube down my throat. So I went through a lot. Like, I literally went through a lot, you know, but thank goodness, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna go down without a fight. I don't care what type of situation I'm in. I'm not gonna go down without a fight. Like I haven't in all these years, and I'm not gonna do it now. So if you think you're gonna get rid of me, you're gonna have to fight me.
I think that's crazy because I think that's because that's around the time I started getting back on the YouTube shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I was like, where the hell is she at? You know what I'm saying? And then like once I realized I'm starting freaking out and shit, I think I DM'd you a little bit. Then like I didn't mean to seem like I'm a stalker, but I started looking at. I'm like, okay, which one of these people close to her? I don't know who these people are. I was like, okay, this one looks like she has a lot of pictures with her. Let's go with. She's fine. It was the girl lady I hit her. She's like, she's fine. She's just recovering. I'm like, okay. Okay. I didn't want to seem like I was intruding too much, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
man, it was lame. Let me tell you something. As long as I've been gone from Wichita, there were people from Wichita trying to find out what hospital I was at, and I was just sitting like, what the heck? Like when I found out that people were trying to find out what hospital I was at, I was just like, hold on now, like.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I hadn't even seen you all and how long some of you are, but for the fact people were trying to reach out like that, I was like, oh my gosh, because there were only 2 people that had any type of communication with me within the hospital. Right. Only 2 people. Anyone else had to try and get a hold of me either by my cell phone or hitting me up by Messenger, because when you're going through something like that, you don't need a bunch of people, right, you know, trying to communicate with you. And I mean, like I said, I was in ICU for 7 freaking days. Right. I was knocked the heck out the first 2 days. I didn't know anything that was going on. And then all of a sudden, like, the only thing I remember was being like wheeled, like the second time I was in the ER, I remember being wheeled out of the ER. Right. But when I woke up, 2 days had already passed. So, I mean, it's kind of like that alone tells you a lot. I was not in the best condition at all. Right. Like, I literally wasn't, you know, freaking out with the freaking mask on my face and everything. I think the mask was the scariest thing when they had to put that oxygen mask on my face. And I'm not talking about one of the small ones. I'm talking about it literally covers a good portion of your face. I mean, it was scary. It was really scary.
So does this not get the Facebook comments?
It should.
I mean, we got 2 Facebook comments, but it's not popping them up. I don't guess everything's coming from YouTube. I don't mind. I just got to pay attention to YouTube, to the Facebook comments. So I didn't realize we had comments. But yeah, I'm just glad that you're okay. Everything you pulled through.
Yes, I did.
What's up?
I'm back to normal. Working out again and everything. I'm like, I don't feel like anything actually happened. And that's the most amazing thing though to me, because even though I was walking so slow and I felt defeated being in the hospital, but you know, I told my dad, I was like, Dad, you know, because he's the one, he came and picked me up and everything. He saw how slow I was walking. Like my dad literally saw how slow I was walking, and it was a fight between the hospital, getting out. Right. I don't think I really started to feel like myself maybe until like, I would say maybe about halfway between the halfway mark in January to the end of January was when I really started feeling like myself again. Like I started feeling like my normal self, you know, but it was a lot of work. It really was. I don't wish it up on nobody.
That's why I stay my ass in the house.
But that's the crazy part though, because I work from home.
I know, and that's man. Like when I was driving trucks, like I would literally go drop the load, and I'd stay. If I could stay in my truck, I'd stay in the truck. Mm-hmm. I like just knock on my window when y'all done. And I was,
right.
Like I was quarantined in the truck to the hotel. That was it. I wasn't
right.
You know, if I had,
see, I think that was the other reason why I was just like, what in the world? I said, because I mean, I wash my hands all the time. I use sanitizer. I was hardly ever outside, especially once it starts to get like really cold. Like right. I'll buy like enough groceries to get me through like a week and a half at the most or whatever. And then if I need to go to the store, I go to the store or whatever, you know. But I think it was more so for the fact between October and November I traveled, and that's how I got it. Because other than that, this whole entire time between the time that the pandemic first hit
Right.
up until I started like actually traveling there for those couple of months, because the only other time I traveled during the pandemic was September 2020 up to Chicago. I didn't have no problem then. Came back to Kansas City, didn't have no problem, still felt like myself and everything, had no problem. But that was the only time that I traveled in 2020. So that's what I'm saying. I really feel like it was more so for the fact that I had traveled within 2 weeks, between Southern Illinois and then, Oklahoma and Texas. And I feel like somewhere along there, it hit me. But other than that, I was feeling fine the entire time. Even when I came back to Kansas City, I was feeling fine. So.
Right. And that's crazy. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, I mean, I've had people that they had it, and like the same way you said, they were slow back at it, and moving slow, walking slow, shortness of breath and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But but like I said, I'm just glad you're back and everything. I'm glad you working through it now. You in the gym, making me look bad. So now I gotta go. So I'm like, let me check my ass.
Hey, I'm trying. I have seen a difference or whatever. So, I'm getting there.
Last but not least, I do want to touch on one more subject before we get up off of here. The Brittney Griner situation, NBA, the WNBA, her in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
It's something to where I really hadn't thought about it. But I guess my main thing is that I was trying to get an understanding as to why she would have those, what is it, vapes or vapors, whatever they call them,
Oil, stuff like
and
that.
the hash oil. Like, I was trying to, I feel like I need an understanding as to why she had it with her. And, her going over there, it's kind of like, okay, well, I understand you need money, but there's also a war going over there, going on over there. And I hate the comment that people make or whatever when they're referring to, LeBron or whatever, because first of all, LeBron wouldn't have had that mess on him to begin with. That's the first thing, when I think about it anyway, that's the first thing, LeBron wouldn't have had no hash oil on him or nothing. And then to sit up there and try and compare her to him, you can't do that. You can't do that. Like,
I mean, that's where I'm at because, like, while I've never traveled abroad, I've always had to prepare myself. Growing up, partially military kind of thing, and just being in situations, even in college where I thought I was going overseas. Like, there are rules to this shit. Like, every day, U.S. Customs is locking people up for trying to smuggle shit into the country. It's like it could be food, it could be drugs, it could be other people. This shit happens all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think, now I will say this: being that there's a war going on over there, she needs to be home. She doesn't need to be over there because right now you can tell they're being extra petty. But are they though? Because you're at customs, like any customs point in the world, any place where you're entering a different country, there's rules and regulations in this shit. I remember,
and they're not like the U.S. And that's the other thing I'm not getting, because it's kind of like, why would you go over there knowing how foreign countries are? And you mean to tell me you thought you were going to be able to come back to America with this hash oil and these vapes and everything? Where did you get it from? Did you get it from over there? Was trying to bring it back home? It's kind of like, what were you trying to do? Either way, you knew better. You knew you were going overseas. You should know to be prepared when you go overseas, okay? Because I could tell you one thing right now, my dad was in the military, okay?
Right.
We lived in Germany for 4 years. And I could tell you one thing, Polizei don't play, okay? Polizei don't play, okay? So I don't understand, even if she wanted to go over there, why go over there and try to bring something like that back to the U.S. thinking that you were just going to, get through and it wasn't going to be no big deal. Now they're talking about up to 10 years.
Right. And I remember, it's bringing me back. I remember back in the day, it was this whole situation in Singapore where there was some dude that was over there bugging out, and he did some crazy shit. I can't remember what it was, but Singapore, they give you lashes. Fuck that jail shit. And they were talking about like 100 lashes.
Oh my gosh.
Ass number. And I think President Bush had, or Clinton, I don't know if it was Bush or Clinton, but one of them had to intervene because they felt like that would have killed him because he's not used to that. So I think they gave him like 20 lashes.
Oh my gosh!
Like told him he couldn't come back to Singapore no more. Like seriously, this is look. Anybody who's watching, y'all have to understand. When you travel abroad, hell, abroad you come back home. If you got to go to any type of customs point, man, it ain't even worth it. Don't.
It's not worth it at all.
Don't bring no weed. Don't bring nothing.
Nothing.
No oranges. No apples. no Japanese McDonald's. None of that shit.
Don't bring nothing.
Nothing but your clothes and your little electronic devices. That's it.
Because trust me, they don't care if you're from America and you're trying to get back home, okay? They do not care. Why do you think they be searching through people's stuff even when they are trying to get back to America? Because if you're an American and you live over there, and let's say, for instance, you have a car that was over there with you overseas, guess what they're going to do? They're going to search that car before it's placed onto the boat or whatever.
Right.
They're gonna search that car, okay? You're not going to get that car until it's been inspected. Period, point blank, you know. There was one girl I know, she was in the, I think it was the Army she was in, and she was trying to get back home or whatever. And they held that girl's car for like 2, almost 3 freaking months before she ever even got it here in the United States.
Right.
So if you think they're going to play with you, they're not. And not only that, but even the way that they are trained even is different than how police are trained here in America. It's different.
Right.
You know, they have different standards as far as their policing goes. They have different standards, you know. Like
customs is no joke.
It sure isn't, no.
And I'm not wishing anything bad on her, but come on, she should have knew better than that. Like, and I don't like how everyone's trying to, like you said, they're trying to play the whole, oh, she's a black
LeBron,
she's a woman, blah, blah, blah. No, she's an idiot. Flat out.
She knew better, though. She knew better.
Yeah, maybe if there's a play, maybe if they could, I would like for them to make a deal where she can come home. But I don't think she should get off scot-free. It shouldn't be she comes home and she gets to, you know, live her life. No, you come home, you need to, for real, because you're dumb. You shouldn't have did that shit at all. I mean, hash oil, it was hash oil and some vape pens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who do you think you are? You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody would have did that, came through U.S. Customs and did that shit from Russia, oh, they would have been right there, right at motherfucking Sing Sing or wherever the fuck is over in New York. They'd have been right there locked up.
Yep.
No questions asked, no if, ands, or buts. You would have been done. And nothing nobody can do about it. But everybody wants to feel bad for her. And I understand her wife. I understand the sentiment. That's your wife. You know, the rules are different over there. You can only communicate through letters. You can't call her. You can't hear her voice. And I understand you're scared. But there are a lot of wives over here that get people that go to jail and all that shit for shit too. So it's like, and I'm not saying. Hopefully they just tell her she can't come back to Russia, or they just take tell her your Russian visa is forever suspended. You can't come back. I want her to come home, but I want this to be a lesson to everybody. Traveling abroad, don't
play.
I wouldn't take nothing to Puerto Rico. That's the U.S. territory. I would. You know what? If I was getting on the plane right now and just traveling to Texas, I wouldn't take nothing on that damn plane. I remember we was in Orlando, and I remember we had little bit. We bought too much, and I was like, we sitting at the house, and because we had to go to the airport that night. I'm like, I better smoke this shit up because this shit ain't coming on the plane.
Look,
people that with me like, oh, we can bring. Don't do it.
Speaking of that, I know when I was in, because I was trying to get back to Kansas City from Miami a couple of years ago there in 2019, but man, let me tell you something. First of all, I was already running late because I couldn't get a lift to the airport from the hotel, right? So by the time I got a lift, because it was early in the morning, okay? By the time I got a lift ride to the airport, it was basically time for me to run through the freaking airport, okay? And I'm like, why are y'all searching my hair?
It's not a game.
They searched my hair. Do you hear me? They searched my hair. I had a quick weave in my head. They searched my hair. I had on a tight pair of jeans and a sweatshirt because, what was it, like February? I think it was the month of February, I believe, if I'm correct. It was the month of February. But when they went to try and search like my body, I was like, hold up. I'm just trying to get through the airport. I don't have nothing on me. Why are you all checking me? So I'm sitting up there and I got the people that's not our color just looking at me. Like, I felt like,
right, and I
kind of freaking like, why me?
and I get it, but you have to understand if you go searching the news on Google, I'm sure you're gonna find a story where some woman had coke in her weave.
And I've heard that, but I wasn't expecting for them to do that to me. Like, come on now, like, look at me. Do I look like someone that have some type of extracurricular activity on me? No, not at all, you know.
I travel like that. When I'm on a plane, like I fly, I dress as comfortable as possible. Like you said, what you had on was cool. Sweatpants, t-shirt, sandals, or slip-on shoes, something I can get in and get out. I ain't got to worry about no extra shit. I ain't got to do nothing, so I can just get in, get out. We ain't wasting no time and whatever they want to go, you know.
Trust me, I wasn't trying to waste no time, but I'm telling you, even the person that checked me, like, they had me feeling so freaking uncomfortable. Like, just over the years, I mean, you're talking about the first time I ever flown, I think I was like maybe 5.5, 6 years of age. The first time I ever flew. And the first time I ever flew was over to Germany with my dad and my family, okay? I have flown so much over the years up until like some of my adult life or whatever, but I have never, ever, ever had anyone check me out like that. That's why I was just like, okay, like, I'll deal with it or whatever, but I really started to get irritated because I literally almost missed my freaking plane dealing with that lady. You know, because it just felt so invasive. So, I mean, for me, I could kind of understand why some people don't like to fly. I don't mind flying, but what I did not like is feeling like I was being invaded. You know, I mean.
But see, you gotta remember when you did the Germany thing, did y'all fly within the military standards of the military, or was it just was it commercial?
It was commercial.
Okay, because I know, like I have friends who are in the military, and when they travel abroad via the military methods or whatever, like they go from base or whatever, it's a little less strenuous because, of course, they know the fuck better. You know what I'm saying? Or if they do some dirt, they got somebody that's on the inside that can cover for them.
Right.
I mean, but this type of shit was happening back in the day. Nowadays, they don't play that shit.
Right.
You ain't bringing a joint, a blunt.
You ain't bringing nothing.
First of all, why are you smoking that, soldier? You know
what okay.
What do you think you're doing? You know, because if you ain't smoking, that means you're distributing it. And
yes.
That's worse. So you need to let us know for real. So my thing is just, I just really, I feel bad for her.
Me too.
All the places in the world, Russia.
But I felt like she should have known better. Even if you haven't been overseas or anywhere near Russia, you know better.
You gotta play the game. You over there, you don't. That's their rules. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're not on American soil,
right? You are.
And even on American soil, there's some areas that they're not going to deal with that mess. You know.
And Russia don't like black people anyway, so it's like you are like over there. I will say this: her drip is amazing while she's in there because she's been popping up with some dope ass shirts on. And she don't look like American prisoner. She look like she's just, you know what I'm saying? She just look normal. You know, like she just going to pay off a ticket or some shit. But I don't know. Hopefully they can get her home, or hopefully something needs to happen because she doesn't need to be over there. And that's not what we're saying. We're not saying that, you know, ha, you know, because it sucks. But,
right.
You know, had this been somebody over here getting caught up with some shit trying to go back there, they would have been hemmed up too. So
right.
There's no mercy. Customs has these rules like a motherfucker, and she should just do that shit away because it was hash oil. It could have been that good.
Look, and then no different than someone getting caught up in Canada. That's the other thing. Like, you mean to tell me she went over there, she didn't think nothing about the instances that happened in Canada? Like, come on now.
Canada will lock you up too. Mexico will lock you the fuck up too. All the places will lock you up. Russia, China, Japan, Africa,
Yes.
Egypt. Hell, I was just watching a video on Egypt about Egypt. These dudes that do food reviews. They went. Well, granted, I will say that they're European and they were doing too much, but they went to Egypt and they didn't have nothing illegal on them. But the Egyptian, what's customs? Egyptian customs felt like they had too many fucking cameras, so they took their cameras and confiscated their cameras.
Oh, really?
Y'all can get them back when y'all leave.
What?
These countries are petty as hell. But
man, look,
they don't play. When you go to these other countries, people, they do not.
They be wanting your stuff.
Hell, when you come here from another country, we don't play. It's like they don't want none of that. They don't want no fruits, vegetables. They don't want none of that shit. I'm telling you, if you go on YouTube, look up customs destroying food. Like a whole division of customs that will go through people's shit and just look for food. And depending on what it is, they'll just take it away and throw it away. But there's some shit they'll arrest you for. Because there's some food that's actually like illegal over here. There's like a lot of food that if you bring it over here and they know and they identify it something, you might as well have some vape oil.
Wow.
You will go to jail because you ain't supposed to. We don't. Those oranges are not U.S. Them are green oranges. We don't like that shit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Jail. So that's why I feel bad for her. I feel sorry for her. I would love. I want her to come home, but that's a grown woman.
Right.
You made that choice.
At the end of the day,
I bet you wish you would have threw that shit in the trash now, or gave it to somebody over there. Here, you can have it. Here, give it to one of them Russians. Here, comrade, you can have it, man. Fuck this. I bet you nobody do that shit again. Yeah, man. But
hopefully not.
Well, that was a docket, man. What do you think?
Not bad. Not bad.
I mean, we got to work. I mean, it's a once a month show, so I mean, we got plenty of room to discuss stuff and everything. You know, everybody watching. You know, let us know how you feel. Like, subscribe, talk about everything. We'll get everything worked out. I was trying to get it to where we can stream on both of our channels, but I don't know if you can do that.
I don't know.
Because it only popped up.
We'll have to see.
Because it popped up my main channel, and I was trying to scan it to my other one. So I guess I got to log in on that one. I don't know how that works, but we'll get it figured out. But,
probably have to do it to your where it says like the destination. Maybe try that or whatever. But
it's on my YouTube page if you want to share it. If you want to
Oh yeah, I did.
Get clips and do what you need to do for your channel and stuff, so you can you want to get your little coins up for YouTube. I know how you. Man,
look. I've been doing good this past week, baby. I've been on the come up. Woo!
I've been trying to get
come on.
Yeah, I'm actually trying. I'm thinking about shooting a mini documentary. I'm going to New York in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking about shooting like a little mini documentary while I'm out there. Just, bring my little camera and just film me doing a bunch of shit.
Look, I know you're going to the bodega, right? You got to.
I'm trying to, man, but my girl, she acting all weird. Like she thinks that she doesn't understand the point of it. I'm trying to go see the dude that does it the Aki way. You see what's up with him, but I just want to go to a bodega.
You got to hit a bodega, yes.
I got to get me a chopped cheese and a quart of water. I'm trying to do it big. I'm trying to go. We got a lot. We're gonna be there from Friday till Tuesday. So like basically,
that shouldn't be bad.
But Saturday, I'm going to be at the Rock the Bell. So I'm literally.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be so dope. Oh man.
They just added Busta Rhymes to it, so I'm about.
Are you serious? Man, I hadn't seen Busta Rhymes since at one time there in Wichita when I was younger. That was so dope.
I had like when he came to Wichita, I had to sell. I sold my tickets to my homeboy on the dorms because I couldn't go.
Are you serious?
I couldn't get the time off.
Wait. Let me get this right now. If it's the same concert I'm thinking of, because there's only one that I've been to, but the earlier 2000s, Ludacris was there. Busta Rhymes, Ashanti Ja Rule, and I forgot who else was there. But man, I had so much fun at that concert. I lost my American Eagle sandals, okay?
I bought 2 tickets.
I had so much fun.
I bought 2 tickets. I got one for me, one for my girlfriend I had at the time. I had to keep her ticket, but I had to work. So I sold my ticket to one of my homeboys on the dorms, and I was mad as hell because I was sitting like, man,
you missed a good show then, because I'm telling you, I was literally up at the front, okay, because it's no thing for me to go to a concert by myself. Even now, it's no thing for me, but that concert was so dope. Like, oh my gosh, man, you missed a treat.
I'm about to make up for it.
Yeah, look, 20 years. Yeah, you definitely are. Yes.
Concert. We literally, I think we got to be there. It starts at noon. It's like a festival. Like from noon to like 10 o'clock at night. So we're gonna be there all day at this damn thing.
Whew.
So I
hydrate.
I got to figure out exactly how this is gonna work, because hopefully my girl don't get annoyed and want to leave. And I'm like, well, you want to go by yourself, man.
You better tell her to put on some comfortable shoes, okay?
That's what I'm doing.
Especially if you're gonna be out there all day like that, and that's when next month or?
Yeah, I got some Nikes I just bought, and they were like $200. I've never bought a $200 pair of tennis shoes in my life, and I wanted to look fresh. But then I started thinking, I'm a lot of walking. I really want to wear these mother. I'm gonna try them on to see how they feel. If them shits don't feel good, I'm not fucking with them. You know, I'm gonna throw on my DCs or something, because I ain't about to be walking and stand. You know, especially I don't even know if we got to stand, if it's standing, because it says standing room only. My friend Regina said the place has seats, so we'll see. It got
but does it cost to sit in those seats though?
Right, that's what I'm trying to figure out. But we shall see, because I'm like, I can't wait. It's about to be.
You might need to go online and find out, because sometimes you can find out like if it's actually.
If it's standing room only, I'm not wearing those shoes. I'll bring them to wear around, but I'm not wearing them shits. You know, I'll bring my K-Swiss or something.
Are y'all planning to take the train or anything, or?
I am going to be
subway, rather.
I do. I'm about to be on the subway. I'm about to hit up. I want to try to hit up as many boroughs as possible. Definitely Brooklyn and Harlem are on my list. I'm gonna try to. I need to talk to my homegirl Regina and see if she's busy. Can she give the little grand tour? Maybe let me kidnap either her or my homegirl Sierra. Holler at one of them. Shit, I got a lot of New York homies. I need to hit up Raisy K. I got so many partners in New York. It's crazy.
That's a good thing then.
So I'm like, man, I just want to let's just chill, man. Fuck, I'll buy lunch or something. Shit,
right.
I'm saying let's walk around.
Now you know lunch ain't gonna be no Kansas prices.
I got a lot of cheap food. I'm not. Well,
it ain't gonna be no Kansas prices. You better double, triple that.
we ain't going to no Junior's for no cheesecake. We going to get the dollar slice. We going all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotta get the dollar slice. Yes.
How about the chicken? I ain't even worried about it. So, but she trying to go see the Statue of Liberty and she all these other tourist places. I'm trying to go to the hood.
Oh gosh.
Well, I want to go to the hood. You know what I'm saying? I want to go where shit happened. I want to go to see Queensbridge projects and Marcy projects.
You gonna go see Black Ink Crew?
I might have to. I might have to do that. Actually,
the first location.
I might have to. There's a lot. That's just the thing. It's so many different spots. I want to go to the Def Jam offices. I'm gonna see if I can go in there. There's so much shit that I want to see, but we only got like 4 days to do it, and like
that's gonna be a lot.
And most of those days, I got to do what they want to do. So, with the exception of, I already said Saturday, I don't care. I'm going to this concert. Y'all gonna leave me the hell alone.
You're gonna come back home slimmer. If you're walking a lot, yep, you definitely will. Because they do a lot of walking around there.
Because if I like it, because I have a feeling I like it. I have a feeling that I'm going to like it a lot, and I have a feeling I'm going to be back out there a lot more. You know, like I've always wanted to go to New York. You know what I'm saying? So I have a feeling I'm going to really like it. So I'm like, okay, so that's my goal. I want to travel more. I want to really travel. Yeah. I want to see a lot more shit, because the first I've been east is Baltimore. And I'll never go back to Baltimore. Fuck that.
I haven't been, it's so crazy. Like, I've always wanted to go out that way. I just haven't been. So like Baltimore, Philly, New York, I just haven't gone. I haven't had anyone to even go with, for that matter. So
I will say this: don't go to Baltimore unless you know somebody. Them niggas are grimy.
Oh, I bet they are. And as far as Boston probably also. I wouldn't doubt it with Boston. Probably not as bad, maybe.
Boston is a little bit more gentrified than Baltimore is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but Boston can get dirty. But I've never been to Boston, so I don't know. I just know in Baltimore is the only place, and I've been to Compton. So Boston's the only place. Boston's the only place I've ever been where people were just like genuinely worried about my well-being. Like, I hear my homies like, "Yeah, I'm in Baltimore." Phone ring. Why are you in Baltimore? Oh, I got a load. I got a load. I'm sick, bro. Stay your ass in the hotel. Don't go.
They said don't go out. If it's past 6 p.m., just stay where you at.
Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm like, damn.
Look, they don't ever have to worry about me going to Compton.
It isn't as bad as it used to be. So I mean, it's still, you can get popped up there, but nowhere near. It ain't Boys in the Hood no more. So
or to calm down a little bit.
You can still get fucked up, but it ain't nowhere near like it was. Back in the day when we went
back in the 90s.
Yeah, we used to have to stay in the house. We go all the way out there to California to visit and have to stay in the fucking house.
That's crazy.
Couldn't leave the porch. We couldn't go on the porch unless an adult was out there. One of my cousins or something was out there chilling with us and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? So we can know the area. We can still out the porch. What are you doing? Crazy, man. But I really enjoyed this. So I'm trying to think we'll talk about the next episode. But I know
we'll wait till after you get back from New York. That's what we'll do. We'll figure it out then.
Right, because I probably got a story to tell and all that shit. And
oh, you better come back with some stories.
Right. And just so you know, heads up, that little situation that Greg Williams shit's heating up.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that's why I've been checking my phone. I've been getting messages and hit me up like, hey. I'm like,
hey, I'm trying to stay as informed as I can as to what's going on in Wichita, and my whole thing is this. I really hope that the victims really step up and stand in, because if this stuff has been going on as far back as possibly 1991, like one comment stated on Facebook, there's just no reason at all for no one who's been victimized from hitman not to stand up. This is the time, because it's kind of like if you don't stand up now.
I will say that there are 3 confirmed victims. 3. And I heard there's a 4th one, but we will see.
They got to do it. This is the time. It's been going on for way too long. I'm sorry, and if these people end up all having a case against hitman, and you didn't take the opportunity to step in when you should have, and if you know something, or if you were a victim yourself, what are you doing? What are you? I mean, I'm serious. I'm so serious. What are you doing? And that was one of the things, there was a YouTube video that I watched before we got online here or whatever, and I was listening to this guy from Wichita, and my whole thing is this: just because you feel like you know somebody or know of somebody does not mean that you don't know them or know of what they might possibly do when you are not around them. You get what I'm saying? Just because someone is around you a certain way or present themselves a certain way around you, it doesn't mean that they're not presenting themselves in a different manner around somebody else. So for those in denial and don't think that Greg the Hitman possibly did something, look, people are not coming forward and making these comments just to be making these comments on Facebook, okay?
Right.
They're not, they're just simply not, and my whole thing is this, and I keep saying it, and I will keep saying it. Ain't no grown black man making an accusation against another grown black man if there was nothing that didn't take place. I don't care if Greg the Hitman did just put his hand on Johnny Coolout's chest. Look, he said the man was unzipping his pants. So I don't understand why people are in such denial that Greg the Hitman possibly did something when all these accusations been flying around about this man forever.
Right.
I mean, forever. Like, come on. Like, y'all got to make this make sense. Make it make sense. Like, why will all these people get on Facebook and make all these statements about Greg the Hitman? And you mean to tell me you don't think none of this is true? You want to blame it on the fact that the man is from Chicago, he ain't from around here, whatever. And the one comment that the guy made or whatever, he was just like, okay, so, he's basically like, okay, so what, you lost your job, talk about once you go sell drugs like the rest of us do around here. When he made that comment, I was just kind of like, what? But here's the other thing, though. People think because they are from a certain place,
right,
and someone from the outside comes in, they think that those people don't have somebody.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm getting at. So who's to say somebody from Chicago might not go down there to Wichita and they're going to have some smoke with Greg the Hitman? You know what I'm saying? They don't know who Johnny Cool Out knows in Chicago. Or who from Chicago might want to go down there to Wichita, but they simply saying that stupid mess online.
That name sounds like a gangster.
That's my whole thing. You don't know who Johnny Cool Out know in Chicago who might want to go down to Wichita.
Johnny Cool Out from Chicago. That sounds like a nigga that got a couple of bodies.
Man, y'all might think he's nice, but look, just because he seems nice in person, don't mean he don't know somebody that knows somebody knows somebody.
Yeah, man, I used to be on O Block.
Hello.
I decided to change my life, you know what I'm saying? So I decided to get in this radio thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying Johnny Cool Out sound like a gangster ass nigga. The way you said, because I thought he was the DJ Cool Out, but you said Johnny Cool Out. That sounds like a nigga from Chicago, nigga. Johnny Cool Out, nigga.
Man, look, if they think that ain't nobody gonna make a move, if they really felt the need to do so, they are sadly mistaken. I'm sorry, I have people up in Chicago, okay? Right. And just from some other people that are not family that I know of are from Chicago, I'm sorry, but people in Chicago don't play. It's kind of like you could think it's a game or whatever there in Wichita, but this is not a game. This is not a game. I don't care where you live at. This is something that can happen to anybody, and I know on my YouTube channel on last year, I was actually making a comment as the fact that there are Black men that are dealing with trauma, personal trauma that you might not even know about, okay? Whether it's family related or related to someone else that was possibly associated with them. There are Black men walking around here that have been sexually assaulted and have never even said anything. And you think this is a game right now?
Right.
It's not. It's just not a game at all. I'm sorry, and for me, I'm sorry. I am standing with the victims, so even though I'm here in Kansas City, Missouri, I can't be there in Wichita, but I have stated though on my channel that I don't know if the case is going to be open to the public or not, but if I'm able to come, I will come, if I'm able to. But other than that, y'all have my support here from Kansas City. So,
well, to be fair, he hasn't been charged with anything yet. So
yeah, not yet. But you know what though, on Samuel David's podcast, he actually made the statement that that's Johnny Cool Out. That is, he made the statement that he could not actually state what hitman is being charged with exactly. He can't make that statement because eventually it's going to come out in the news anyway. Eventually, once the case actually gets going,
right? Because they got when people coming forward, what they're going to do is they're going to use that, and that's going to elevate. You know what I'm saying towards this case. You know what I'm saying the statute of limitations may have passed with these other people. But that's going to be leverage for that. You know what I'm saying? So this is crazy, man. This is huge because they took the show off the air. Well, they didn't take the show off the air. I think Carla might be on the air, but there's no reference to any hitman in Carla's show right now.
Now, was Carla on the show back when I lived there, or no?
Carla, she's not. I think they've been doing it for like almost 3 years or something like that. Oh,
okay. So yeah, she was definitely after I left long ago from Wichita because I've been going on 12 years now. So
she got on because she was at another station. And she came to 935 and everything. So she's dope as hell. Carla's dope as hell.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? But I know this is probably shocking to her. You know, a lot of people. I think people are really kind of trolling her, but I'm not gonna let it happen because, I mean, I'm pretty sure she. You know, I'm way older than her. She's you know, she ain't that young, but I don't think she's even old enough to remember all that shit that was, you know, people were saying and shit that was the rumor mill that was flying around. So she's gonna be all right.
I'm sure she feels uncomfortable with everything that's going on. You know, I mean, I don't think anyone should be approaching her at all. I honestly don't, because I mean, just because she worked with him, I'm sure if anything ever happened between her and Hitman, that she would say something. But
Carla is not one to mince words. I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but we shall see. Like I said, a lot of shit coming up with that. So hopefully we'll just have to wait and see. I'm trying to reserve judgment because I'm trying to get him the same courtesy I gave Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. I said, let the men fight. Let them fight.
We've been knowing about R. Kelly since the 90s. Come on now. We already knew it was going to happen what happened.
But,
we knew that.
I don't want to get into that.
I don't either. I'm just saying, we already knew. I don't know why some people act like it was a surprise to them.
I'm an 80s baby, so I feel like
I am too.
I'm saying that, you know, everybody has their day in court. And he had and he got 30 years, so you know what I'm saying?
Look, unfortunately, but you know what though? Just like Wendy, wrong people around him, wrong people not really trying to help him stir away from certain things. I mean, people will take advantage of you. They will. I don't care how old you are, what your cash flows like. People will take advantage of you straight up. And he had those type of people around him, people that really weren't for him.
I tell people all the time, especially a lot of my friends who strive to be in the entertainment business, you don't have a drug problem until you have a drug problem, until money runs out, until ain't nobody, you can't support people no more. You ain't a sexual predator until you're not breaking bread no more. Because I keep telling people, look it up. None of this shit started popping off with R. Kelly until he stopped paying everybody. He cut everybody off when he said, hey, you know, I'm not paying y'all. He fired niggas, fired his lawyer. He fired his whole team. Like, I was saying in 2018, he fired everybody. 2019, allegations started coming up. 2020, no, he fired everybody like 2017, in 2018, surviving R. Kelly, and then he went to jail. And then it just kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like,
it's sad though. It's really sad to see people, you know, that's been in entertainment. It's sad to see them go down the bad way. Like that is so sad. I mean, so sad.
But it just goes to show you that, you know, nobody's perfect. Everybody has their issues.
Right.
But shit, I got to get up off here. I got to get ready to go to the gym.
Look, okay, it's 9:13. Okay.
Anyway, real, but if y'all don't know, this is the best motherfucking month ever, or best MF month ever for all you square butts. This is a once a month show. We're gonna do this once a month and everything. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Just Row on YouTube and everything.
It's Just_Row Show. I changed the ending of my channel name, so it's the word show, but Just_Row space show.
On the next one, I'm gonna have all the links on there so everybody know where to find us and stuff. So I didn't realize actually how it posted, but then I looked on Facebook and it posted just like how I be posted when I do my our podcast. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I'm about to do that. So, but yeah, for sure. But yeah, y'all be cool and everything. You have a good night.
Yes. Peace out.
All right, y'all be safe. Everybody be safe. Peace.